What's up, guys? It's Wednesday and it's VeVe Vault time. We got a big drop coming up tomorrow and we got some new information from yesterday's summit, so let's get right to it. Most importantly, you should know about the update that just came out, the announcement about the drop tomorrow, that the marketplace is going to be closed during the drop. Let me put it up here for you and read through it real quick so you know what's going on. The first paragraph is just telling you that the marketplace is running smoothly and talking about the 30,000 gem sale that was made on a Rizzo Batman. And now it says the next step in optimizing the VeVe user experience is to ensure that our drop days are seamless. As such, the market will be taken offline during the drop this Thursday, the Rise of the Ultraman, to ensure that the store and purchasing process can run as smoothly as possible. So this is probably a good thing for them to do. This is what Top Shot does whenever they have pack queues. When people queue up for packs, there's a whole lot of traffic on the site, so having the marketplace closed lets the drops go through smoothly. So I'm glad that VeVe is making this update, and that's definitely going to help. It says here, why is this important? While the market will be offline for a few hours during the drop, your auction timers will continue to count down. So you have to remember this if you're looking to list an item before then, because you have to calculate ahead of time and be warned that your auction may close while the market is unavailable to all users. And if you've bought or sold stuff in auctions on the app before, you know that a lot of the biggest bid or the winning bid usually comes in at the last second. A lot of people are sniping at the end of auctions trying to get the best deals. So if you're putting up something up for auction that's going to end during the drop, during any drop, then the marketplace is going to be closed and you're not going to get those last bids, and it's not going to sell for as much as you want. But this can also be used to your advantage if you look for some of the auctions that are being placed already, or that are going to be placed, or I guess that have been placed already, and the ones that are going to end during that time. Look for those and try to make a few bids on stuff that's going cheap, and people aren't going to be able to snipe at the last second, and you might be able to get some good deals that way. Okay, so in regards to the drop coming up, we got a little bit of information for you about what's going to be available. You can see here that the two commons are the Alex Ross cover and the Ed McGuinness cover. Each have 7,800 copies and are selling for about 40 gems. The uncommons are Yuji Kaida and Scotty Young with 5,800 editions each and selling for about 50 gems each. And the rare is going to be Adi Granov, and there's 4,800 of those, which is kind of a lot for a rare, and they're going to be about 60 gems each. And then you got the ultra rare by Oliver Koipel, and that's actually not going to be dropping tomorrow that we know of, and I think that's probably because Spider-Man's sitting there on Ultraman's shoulder, and that's a Marvel product, and the license hasn't necessarily been released yet for Marvel. Alright, as you can see there also that there's going to be 3,800 editions of the secret rare, and hopefully that's going to be getting delivered to everybody tomorrow. I saw Earth to Mastery's video yesterday about the value of the secret rare, and he estimates that it's worth about 300 to 350 based on the number of editions. And I guess the character Ultraman, he's not the most popular character here in America. I still value it at least 500, maybe even 500 to 750. I definitely wouldn't sell mine for less than 500. And because it's a secret rare, and how many secret rares are there on the platform? Maybe 2 or 3 so far, or there will be 2 or 3 so far when that releases. So I'm going to stick to about 500 to 750 on that. Okay, yesterday there was a big virtual summit that was online for people to watch, and it included David Yu and Dan C from VeVe. They spoke and were included in some of the panels that took place about NFTs. I did want to point out, if some people haven't seen this yet, in regards to Marvel and their license with VeVe, if you look into the patent for VeVe and you go into the information and you actually click in here into the specimen, then they're going to pull up some of the pictures that they've submitted as official pictures for VeVe and the future VeVe app. And you can see right here that one picture that they submitted was the Marvel Avengers Endgame, really big right in the middle of the app. So I think that right there in itself, being part of the trademark that they submitted legally, is pretty good confirmation that Marvel's coming to VeVe pretty quick. Okay, a lot of people have been talking about Binance might be coming up soon, because Binance has their owner or their CEO has been tweeting about NFTs recently, and that he underestimated the value of NFTs. But I also wanted to point out that Ecomi does still have a partnership with OpenSea, and that's where they were selling their crypto kitties for a while. but they've also talked about getting into the collectibles, Ecomi Collect, the Ecomi Masters Collectors, and being able to sell those NFTs on OpenSea. And if you've ever looked at the prices on OpenSeas, they go for pretty high, so I think you can get your maximum value if we're able to sell ours there. So that's a pretty exciting development in my opinion. Now article is a couple years old, but I do believe that partnership still exists. Okay guys, one thing I wanted to show you today is a website called nftcatcher.io. I'll put the link down in the description. And this is a website that somebody put together for all the NFT platforms. All you do is put your email address in here, and anytime there's a drop coming up for a platform, whether it be a platform that you're a part of or a platform that you're not a part of, you're going to get all the email and details about upcoming drops. So that's a good way to find out about stuff that's happening that you're not going to find out otherwise because you don't visit that website a lot or whatever. You're not paying attention to what drops are coming out. This right here is going to keep you updated. It's called nftcatcher.io. Okay guys, today we're going to go through every single NFT that I own up to this point. We're going to look at the platforms that I'm collecting on, and not all of them have been great, as you'll see when we get to Top Shot, but I'm going to go through and list every single one. So we're going to start off here with my collection of VeVe NFTs, and you can see the Joe Madura Batman that I recently picked up off the market for 235 gems. As the market was kind of falling, and I thought that was a super steal, but now it looks like they're going for even less than that. So hopefully that's going to be coming back up to 300 at some point, and I'll make a little money off of that. I also picked up this Pepperino off of the market for 71 gems, which I think was a steal. And some of these other ones I've had for a while or got in trades. The DeLoreans I got during the drop, and the Ultraman, the first Ultraman drop, those are the only two drops I've been involved in besides the Mermacornos. But I did sell all my Mermacornos. I have a couple of the Bruce Timm Harley Quinns, that's one of my favorites. And then the Todd McFarlane Batman is one that I traded for recently, which I'll get into when we get into some of my other NFTs. So that's my entire collection right now. I think I have 17 total and only one complete set, and that's the DeLorean. Alright guys, we're going to look at some of my Terra Virtua NFTs now. In Terra Virtua, you can put your NFTs in either the Fan Cave or the Terra Dome. The Fan Cave is for the smaller NFTs, and the Terra Dome is for the larger ones. So in here I have my VeFlect. It's a Series 2. It actually does some little moving and stuff. These are some of the most desirable NFTs on Terra Virtua. It's hard to even get the Series 1s. I think they sell for over $200 or $300 each at auction. And this is a Series 2 one that I picked up right as they came out. And it does this little movement thing. It's kind of cool. And I also have a poster here from Lost in Space. This is just a static poster that doesn't move or anything. I just wanted to have one on each side of my TV. And on the other side is my Godzilla versus Kong poster. I think it's numbered to 60. And it's pretty cool. I think it cost 75 bucks, and they sold out really fast. There was a blue one too, but I couldn't get a hold of one of those. And I also have one of my Top Gun helmets, or my only Top Gun helmet right here. It's a Hollywood helmet. It goes up there on the helmet rack. So that's my Fan Cave and a few NFTs I have in there. And there's my VeFlect. Now let me show you my Terra Dome. Okay guys, here's the Terra Virtua Terra Dome. We're in here with a few of them that I've already placed, including my Godzilla Atomic Roar. Nope, the Mecha Godzilla's in here right now. There you go, and we'll change this up a little bit so you can see all of my larger NFTs. We have a Pacific Rim one here, and if you come back to the back, I have a few of these cave creatures is what they're called. There is actually a new challenge going on in Terra Virtua. If you collect a few, maybe 4 or 5 of this same creature, then you get a reward. And the nice thing about the Terra Virtua challenges is that your NFTs aren't burned to receive your reward, so you actually get to keep them. The reward isn't as valuable as maybe Top Shot or some other platforms, but you don't have to burn your NFTs, so you're just adding into your collection. Alright, let's change him up real quick. Mr. Godzilla versus Kong. Didn't mean to do that. At this point, you can't put 2 Godzillas into the Terra Dome at the same time because their tails are too long, is what I was told. And eventually, they're working on that. Eventually, when you put a Godzilla and a Mecha Godzilla in the Terra Dome at the same time, they're going to have a special interaction with each other. So I would love to find out what that is. Let's watch his Atomic Roar real quick. And as you can see in this screen here, I have 2 of the Mechagodzillas. One of them is numbered to 500 and one is numbered to 1,000. I have 5 of the cave creatures. You had to have 5 of them for the challenge. So I completed that challenge, but I haven't got the reward yet. It's still going on. I have 1 Mechagodzilla to 500, 1 to 1,000, and a Godzilla to 500, numbered to 500. And then my Pacific Rim guy over here is just a static figurine that costs like 25, so that I had something to put on the other side of my Terra Dome. And let's see, the Drone Jaeger is what it's called. So that's my Terra Virtua collection. Okay guys, this is my Top Shot account. It's pretty depressing and a little embarrassing because it's gone down a lot. I think I got in right at the peak of Top Shot, and I wanted to get some Series 1 NFTs because, you know, Series 1 is always the most important, and I did want to pick up some of the guys I liked, like Karis LeVert plays for the Pacers. That's my team because I'm from Indiana. I live in Indiana, of course. What isn't counted here in this lifetime profit and total moment value is some of the moments that I've sold in the past. For example, I've purchased 3 of these, one at $444 and then a couple at $300 and $350, and then I sold the other 2 at over $600 when those rose. I was just expecting this one to get over $700, so I listed it a little too high, and now you can see it drop down to $155. And I have been getting a couple packs and a couple of the commons to add to my collection, but as you can see, it has lost about 50% of the value that I put into it. But these are things that I plan on holding on for a while. Hopefully Top Shot, being one of the first platforms to put out NFTs, is going to rise back up in value eventually, especially when there's more uses for the NFTs. Alright, the next platform that I've been collecting NFTs on, and the newest platform, is the Topps Wax MLB platform. It's kind of like baseball cards, but NFTs. They've only had 1 drop so far, and it was pretty crazy. A lot of people purchased stuff, but then didn't get what they purchased and got refunded the money instead, whereas some people got 20 or 30 packs. Me personally, I didn't get any packs at all, even though it seemed like I did because I entered my credit card information and it was confirmed, but I didn't get any at all. However, I had some NFTs to trade for other cards, for other Topps NFTs. There's some other VeVe collectors in there, so I traded up and got one of my favorite players is Luis Robert. Or Robert, I think I say Robert because I'm French. No, I'm just kidding. But Luis Robert, and I've got a few of his good cards, and I also was able to hustle up a Redux pack, and I pulled a Mookie Betts out of that, and he's one of the top players in the league. And Sonny Gray is not one of the top players in the league. He's just a travel man pitcher who's been around for a while, but I was able to pull out that number 69 serial number, so I'm hoping that's going to be valuable. So this new platform, the Topps Wax platform, has been growing pretty fast, and a good way to judge the growth of it, as I've been doing, is by checking the prices of the unopened packs. A lot of the cards, their prices depend on the player's performance themselves. If they get injured or if their team is no good, it even affects the value. But if you go in and start looking at some of the prices of the packs, you can get a better idea of how the product is doing. There's a guy here named Dean Lawler who has a bunch of unopened packs, and he's always posting the price. You can see here at this point, the premium packs were going for $605 3 days ago, and every day gives an update on how the prices are going. And I think last time we checked, it was up to $1,000. Now, when it was at $600 a few days ago, I was offered a pack, an unopened pack for some of my VeVe collectibles, and I almost made the trade and didn't. I'm starting to regret it, but you can tell from this guy's posts over and over that these packs just keep going up in value, and that the product is in demand. Also, the group that my buddy Jeff Saltzman started has grown really fast. It's already up to 385 members in like a week. So this is something you might want to look into and try to get into before the next drop. Okay, the last 2 NFTs that I own are my 2 horses in Zed Run. Edison is a Z8 Genesis horse that I picked up in the last drop. She's not very great. She's not very fast, but she is a Genesis horse, and those are very valuable and even collectible, and I'm going to be able to breed her later on. And then there's Rainbow Sparkles, who I traded one of my Top Shots for. I traded the Biombo Series 1 MGLE numbered to 299 for Rainbow Sparkles here. I think it was valued at around $500. And Rainbow Sparkles is doing pretty good. She won a race recently in Class 2, which is one of the highest classes, and she's a Finny, which are more valuable. So I'm excited about her. I don't love her name, and maybe that's why she was traded a little cheap, because the person who had her didn't love her name either. But she's been kicking butt, and she's probably going to be able to give me some good horses whenever I'm able to breed her as well. Alright folks, that's my entire NFT collection. I haven't made a ton of money off of my NFTs yet. I am trying to hold for long term. I did breed one of my horses, Edison, for $70 and then traded the offspring of that horse for Todd McFarlane Batman. So that's how I got that Todd McFarlane Batman that's worth about $500, and like I said, I only paid $70. So I did make a little bit of profit off that. I've made a little bit off of Top Shot, but then as you can see, the value that I reinvested has dropped a little bit. So that's my entire collection. I hope you enjoyed it, just giving you something to look at while we wait for our drop tomorrow. I hope you guys get everything you want, go for the rares, and get as many as you can. Peace out. What's up folks, if you're paying attention, I'm giving away an Ultraman common. All you have to do to enter for the giveaway is to put your VeVe username down in the comments, and I will make the drawing a week from today. I'm going to have a video that shows the winner, and if I make any videos between now and then, I will also have this same type of video at the end of those, letting people know to enter the contest by putting their VeVe username in the comments. But don't tell anybody if you want to have a better chance of winning. Peace.